time for a repicled dessert. This is a really fun one. For me, apple pie with custard is probably the fondest memory of childhood desserts. So this is kind of my modern maximising your food in the fridge kind of version. So we're going to use some Pampers short crust pastry. The short crust pastry is really versatile for both sweet and savoury, and everything that we're using for this dessert is generally lying around the house. So there's nothing extravagant you have to go and buy, you know, it's just kind of utilising what you do have. So we've blind baked these little tart shells. We've just used an egg ring, standard egg ring that you'd use to fry an egg at home. Basically use that as the mould. So we've cut out the pastry, pressed it in nicely to the edges so we get this lovely little cup shape, and then we've blind baked it. So that's a simple process of lining it with some grease-proof paper, and then we've got to weigh that paper down so the pastry stays nice and flat, it doesn't rise up and puff out. So you can use some rice, you can use some baking beans, some regular beans, whatever you have around. So we've mixed the egg yolks, the sugar, the cream, and the vanilla to this lovely little custard mix, and we're just going to pour that straight into the little tart shells here. Try to get it as close to the top as you can. This is a really simple, crowd-pleasing dessert. You know, not many people don't like a custard tart. So custard in. So we just want to cook the custard as gently as possible. If we cook it too hot, it's going to go almost like scrambled eggs. So nice gentle cook. You know, we're probably looking at sort of anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes at 120 degrees. Okay, so the tarts are cooking. It's time to do the fruit. Really easy. We're just going to heat this pan. We're not going to cook them in too much sugar, but just a little bit to take the edge off. So just a little bit of water. Just add a little bit of sugar. Got some cinnamon. And then we've got some mixed spice, so, you know, sort of cake spice, it might sometimes be called. Just give that a little stir about. But basically we'll cook that right down, so all of that flavour is going to go into the apples. It's nice and hot. Take these apples. So by the high heat, that's going to reduce the liquid out. They're going to cook really nicely. And they're basically ready to go. We're just going to chill them down so we don't melt the custard when we put them on the top. So I'll just throw them in the fridge, pull the tarts out to cool, and then we're ready to assemble. Right, this custard's set, really nice. So we haven't, because we've cooked it at a low temperature, we haven't like nailed it. It's stayed really nice and soft, so it's got a little bit of give to it. It's got a little bit of a wobble. That's perfect. From there, straight onto a serving board. Nothing too particular. And now it's time to dress them up. This is the fun bit. This takes it from being just a little custard tart to something I think is pretty special. Take these apples, straight on the top. I kind of like them to all look a little bit different. We don't have to have them all looking the same. I find always I have these little ends of bread left. So what I've done here is kind of just diced it up, fried it in a little bit of butter, so it gets kind of nice and crisp and nice and nutty. Dress that with some cinnamon, a little bit of sugar, and we're just going to use that as a final little touch on the top. So the breadcrumbs on, and they're done. I don't think I can help myself here. I'm going to have a go. It really reminds me of being a child. That's like apple pie, custard, a whole lot of ethos all in one there. That's delicious.